talk about menstrual cup called the Hello Cup. I thought I'd share it with you because it really changed my life. First of all, you don't even feel like you're on your period. Secondly, you're saving the earth. Like, you don't have that much waste with your menstrual pads, your tampons, and on top of that, you're saving money. Because I bought one of these, I think for about 35 NZ dollars, and it's last me like so many cycles. But usually I would spend about $30 on one cycle because of like the tampons. You know, each pack is about $15. 2 packs is already $30, and like, you know, it adds up really quickly. So first I'll show you what it is. And yes, this is a sock on a phone as a mic. So it comes in this pretty little box. Honestly, I chose this brand because I was aesthetic. Yes, it comes in this box. It comes in 3 sizes: extra small, small, medium, and large. They recommend it based on whether you're a teen or if you're under 35 and whether or not you're pregnant before. So I'm under 35, I've never got pregnant before, so I took the SM. So it comes like this in multiple colors. They're all really pretty. And it comes inside like this in a pouch. So I bought 2. This one I haven't used before. And it looks like this. Like, all the different brands of menstrual cups are all very different. There's different thickness, there's different materials that they are made of. I chose this one because I read some review that said if it's your first time using this, because a lot of the bottom bit for a lot of the menstrual cups are pretty thin and flimsy, and this one's very sturdy and hard, which makes it easier to push it in and take it out compared to the rest. So it was less daunting. But the only downside to this one is that it's a bit thicker than usual. It takes a while to get used to, but pretty quickly you get a hang of it and it's like seamless. So how you usually use it is you can leave it there for up to 12 hours or until it's full. To insert it, there's different ways to fold, but for this one, this is the most common or the best recommended for this cup. It would be like this. So you push it down and then so you make a little tip that can go in like that. And then cleaning it is pretty easy. Between cycles, you can just rinse it. I usually wash it with vaginal wash as well, just to make sure. And make sure that I shake all the water out before I put it back in. It's best when you're showering because like the water and everything helps lubricate and it's easier to put it in. After every cycle, they recommend you boil it for about 25 minutes. You can also buy denture wash. So there's those packets of denture sanitization, the ones that you put in the water and it fizzes and then you put your denture in. Same thing, you put your menstrual cup in and then you let it sit for about 15 minutes and then rinse it, and then it's ready to be kept once it's dry. In Singapore, I found a website called The Period Co, and they have all kinds of menstrual cups on there. For the Hello Cup specifically, they have a bundle of 2 for $70 or $69.90. And then you can buy one for $49.90. I say just buy 2 because you could switch it out whenever you want, or you just keep it for the future. But I bought it directly online when I was living in Australia from the New Zealand website, and they were able to ship it. I'm going to talk about some pros and cons to using the menstrual cup. So one of the pros is that, first of all, you're saving the environment because you have less waste. A lot of the tampons applicators are made of plastic, which isn't good, and then the disposal of the tampon itself, there's a lot of misuse of that. Some people flush it down, which isn't very good. You're not supposed to because it clogs up the sewage system. And menstrual pads as well, there's a lot of lining of plastics, which is not good, so this one reduces waste. Another pro is that you don't feel it at all. Like, you don't even realize you're on your period. You can sleep however you like. There's hardly any leakage. Yeah, you can pee and not think about like, oh, I have this tampon string that's hanging. You know, you don't have to face your blood when you look at your pad or you take off your underwear. This is just there in there. You just pee like you would when you're not on your period. Wipe, leave, and it's still there holding your blood, still up in there. And so that's really great. Another pro is that you don't have to change it often. Depends on your flow. If it's a very heavy flow, yeah, maybe you have to change it in the middle of the day. But if your flow isn't that great, isn't that much, then you can just change it once in the morning before you leave for work or school or whatever, and then at the end of the day you can just change it one more time, and this holds a lot. Some cons would be that it does need time to get used to. I remember the first time that I tried using this, I was so scared, and like it took forever to like try to put it up there correctly. It felt like it wasn't there right. But I think you just don't overthink it. Try it and then you put it in there. Maybe this is the best time to try it out because you're home all day anyway. So if it leaks, it's fine, you're home. so you can just try it out. Yeah, just trust yourself, put it in there. Usually I find that it doesn't really matter how you put it in there, as long as it's in there, it will just expand on its own, and it would like, as you move throughout the day, it will like find its place. Oh, like, you know, because everybody's vagina is at a different angle, different shape, so it will just move around while you're moving, and then it will find its space, and then it will just stay there, and like eventually it will collect all your blood. So it's pretty good. Another con is that it is, I guess it's scary, it's very scary for a lot of people, because like, you know, when you start off with the pad, it's like, oh, it's an external thing, you don't have to worry about shoving anything inside, and then you move on to the tampon, and then you're like, oh, okay, like I have to put something in. It's a bit scary at first, and then you're like, oh, but then you change to the tampon, you're like, oh, life changing, I don't have to worry about my blood everywhere, it's just more secure. And then when you start moving to this, you're just like, oh, am I even on my period? Except for if you have cramps, then obviously, you know, you can feel it, but if not, then hey, I don't even know my period. Every brand uses different materials, so I've only had experience with this, and this is my very first menstrual cup. Honestly, it's really life-changing. Like, I'm not as worried about my periods anymore. It doesn't feel as bad. Like, I don't have to worry about leakage. I can sleep well. I can pee throughout the day, not worrying about like tampon strings or changing out my pads. Sometimes changing this in public is a bit difficult if you're not in a toilet with a sink. But I mean, there's ways around it. Sometimes I would just, after I dump it out, I would just wrap it with tissue and then go outside. Hopefully there's nobody, and then I'll rinse it in the sink and then bring it back in and then put it back in. It's pretty hassle free, and you get used to it after a while. Yeah, I highly recommend changing to menstrual cups, and if you have any questions, hit me up. I've read quite a lot about it, and I've been using it for over a year, and yeah, I'll answer your questions. Okay, so I'm gonna try to review all these products or stitches in my life that help me reduce waste. I am not perfect. I still have waste, I still generate waste, but I'm trying to slowly change different parts of my life to reduce the amount of waste that I create, and I hope you will too. Menstrual things. Thanks for watching.